And welcome back to another video.
Yeah, honestly, an avatar I'm very excited. I've been very excited about lately.
Seer?
No,
Enchantress.
well, all avatars,
Yes.
to say. But yeah, Enchantress. So actually, but it's an interesting matchup, honestly. Enchantress versus Seer.
Yeah, it's not something we see quite often. It's always
yeah.
the usual sorcerer, archie, and all that. But yeah, I'm really excited. These are two less common avatars that are used, less frequently used. So let's get into the deck tech.
This is who's playing? Who's JS? Oh yeah,
JS. Yes.
Who's JS? I think he played this one time already, right? The last video of Enchantress on the channel is also him.
Yes, we played this.
I don't know. I should look. We should have looked actually to see how much has changed. That would have been a good idea. But anyways, I don't know. I love the Black Plague and the Great Famine.
Yeah.
Enchantress.
Yeah.
I think even last time I made a comment about how I don't like auras that disappear on their own as options for Enchantress, but because of a draft I played with Riptide and the Black Plague, I was like, wait a minute, why don't we just keep them around? And so these cards are insane, right? Like, I don't know if you've ever played with or against Black Plague.
I played with the Black Plague, not the Great Famine, but yeah, it's really, really good. Not with the Enchantress, but just the card itself is really, really powerful. So I can imagine with the Riptide, you just keep bringing the minions in, actively keeping them alive, and then just after like swinging for four.
Yeah. Now they can obviously kill themselves, so you do have to be careful how you maneuver them because they become a 4-power minion, right?
Yeah.
So like Great Famine, Great Famine might almost always hit itself. So you gotta be careful with that one. But Black Plague usually ends up really wrecking your opponent a lot. I like to see Angel's Egg actually in here. I don't have it in my Enchantress, but it's interesting because like you do kind of just want to live long enough to play your bigger auras too, and then start animating them and attacking. Yeah,
and you were talking about earlier the Wildfire, which is like just something that can move around and deal with minions, and then you activate it and just like swinging for 4 again. So it's really it's an interesting aura.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like
because it could kind of like move itself to an adjacent site.
But, so and like it stays alive quite a long time, right? Because it has to go to all of the
exactly.
The but it's kind of like a mini thunderstorm in the sense that you can at least get a juicy 3 damage on the avatar, and then maybe like on the next turn animate and then swing back on it for maybe 7 damage.
Yeah,
and thunderstorm is really good for that too. Like you just play it right on their face, and right, it's like 7 damage. Now you have to be careful when you animate your auras, right? They can't be touching a void because they'll just die.
They'll die. But I mean, playing like having this card played against me is just it's really, really it's a pain. It's really like it stays around for 3 turns, and if there's no other random units, it just like constantly. So it's just like
plus 4,
3 plus 4, and it's just it's really.
And can't play. These are our really greedy thresholds for a 3 threshold deck. So we're gonna see see how that plays out for him. Let's go check out the mono blue
Seer. I actually tried a mono blue Seer. Yeah, mono water Seer deck.
Trying to do the Ruler of Thul.
The Ruler of Thul thing. I kind of like took apart that deck, but some similarities. It seems like it's just a bit of a lot of like blue cards put together, just trying to make things work, kind of,
If you're talking about yours, or you're talking about this?
This one.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, the Seer is interesting in a water control deck, just, like, for the card selection. You could argue that Sorcerer is just the better Seer because of the card draw, but typically in a control deck, you want to have lots of mana at your disposal, right? So you want to be able to keep drawing sites instead of using your avatar to draw spells, let's say. So Seer helps you filter to find the answers that you might need so which is good for a control deck, right? Like the theory is there.
The theory is there. But I mean, he's also using like the spring river, summer rivers to also look. So like you could use that, cast it, look at your next spell, use the Seer to look at your next site. So it helps you really filter out what you need quickly.
Floodplain is an incredible sight in these mono blue, control decks. And really, it turns on a lot of things like flood and stormy seas and drown. And honestly, there's also something else. Yeah, the ghost ship. No, not the ghost ship. The other one, the pirate ship. Yeah,
pirate ship. Yes.
So the waterbound aspect, right? Even if it ends up, yeah, you can turn your opponent's sites that are non-water into water with the floodplain, and then that thing can start moving a little bit more freely. Obviously, it will become disabled at the end of the turn because it's waterbound. But then just next turn, you just flood it again, right?
Flood it again.
It's five damage.
Yeah.
So it's really
and
good.
the giant shark. It's that card is like it's an interesting card because it's like if you put something, if you move one of your own minion, it comes in. So you really gotta strategically place that card. I learned that the hard way, unfortunately. But
it could be why there's only one, right? Like starting with 3, then realizing they could actually kind of hurt you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So you play 2 or maybe even 1, and that's how we end up at not 3 anymore in our group, anyways.
Yeah.
The Salmon of Knowledge is always hilarious. I don't know if you know what this card is.
Yeah. Just roll. It's kind of I like this card, but I mean, like for competitive play, obviously it's probably not like the best choice, but
I wonder, do you think is it you can use this ability whether it is submerged or not, right? That's the whole point. That's the whole point, is that it doesn't matter if it's so you can protect it by submerging it and then still using its ability with the minion on top or a unit on top.
Yeah, it's you've played this card against me a couple of times too, and I just shake my head. I'm just like,
well, but when it works, it's 3 times.
And one card I was really not happy about was when I played against it. It was Font of Life.
Oh, Font of Life.
Yeah, just drawing,
gain 12,
just gaining a bunch of
gain 14,
gain 8, gain 10. And you're like, oh.
This is while you were trying to be a battle mage too, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's check out the game and see how things go.
Yeah, I'm wondering what mono blue, like it seems like mono water seems good, but at times it feels like it's lacking a lot too. Like it has a lot of good cards, but I feel like sometimes they don't always seem to work well together. There's like a couple of key components that are missing.
Well, I think also if you look at the list, the main thing that I'm seeing based on just like, early card games, or even just card games in general, there's a pretty big lack of card advantage, right?
Yeah.
Like it's, unless you get Stormy Seas or there's no Atlantean Fate. We didn't realize that. Interesting. Yeah. I wonder if that's just a card availability thing or if it's a direct it's got to be a card availability thing, right? I mean, like,
yeah,
it's probably got to, like, that's probably the first card you put, in a water control deck, is Atlantean Fate.
Yeah, that's just it's a powerful. I played a deck once and just slammed that on my. Yeah. I'm like, great.
It really punishes the greedy.
It punishes me completely.
Yeah.
Just like.
But yeah, there's a serious lack of card advantage, right? So like you're a control deck, but you don't have card advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Riptide, you draw cards.
But that's not. But that's like just that's just cantripping, right? So you're not actually.
But I'm just trying to see what card advantage is like nothing really getting.
That's why like the Salmon of Knowledge is that thing. The other option you have in water is to go Sealy Court or Sylvan Splendor. Sylvan Splendor, which honestly for JS, I mean, there's no fairies. He's not playing any fairies, but Sylvan Splendor is a really good. Now, like, you're not necessarily turning it on, because if you would turn it on and you attack a site, it'll trigger its own dispel effect. Mm-hmm. So you do not necessarily turn it into a minion very often, but still, just like, it's a powerful card advantage engine. And then at any point you need that 4 damage, just do it, right? Like, it's okay. It still threatens 4 damage. Anyways,
so going into the gameplay, just laying out the land, drawing their sites, getting the board state established.
That's Maelstrom, right?
Yeah, Maelstrom. And appears there's a lighthouse underneath.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like the avatar lets you look, the sites let you look. It's like,
full. That's what I was trying to do when I was playing Seer. I was like, I played mono blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was looking at like all the different sites, like, oh, all the rivers and stuff like that. He lets you look at your top cards. So I was like, if I could really find a way to like filter out my cards, and I was like, I'll try mono blue and
just kind of find the things that you need always.
Yeah, some of the cards I find that didn't really work well. Was like Twist of Fate was kind of. It's really you have to play like abundance with that card.
Oh yeah.
To really get it.
Which Nico is doing. Right? Nico is playing.
Yeah, playing too.
So okay, I wanted to mention in the deck tech. I think with Enchantress, you really want to build to create a pocket of 4 sites so that you can animate your enchantments.
Yeah,
right?
safely. So if you're moving it,
yeah,
or if it's animated, it won't die.
Just die exactly. So, but like that's why I feel like it's one of the avatars that really does want to go and play straight up, like play your first site at the starting location and play the next one directly above.
Yeah.
So like in this case, in grade 13, like grade 13 and 8, depending on what side you're on.
Yeah.
So that you can create that bridge, and then any side they go to, and you play a site in front of their next one, boom, you've created a pocket of 4 sites, and now your enchantments can be animated and played safely, or played safely and then animated safely.
Nope, playing a Mariner's Curse. Yeah, so like if JS plays, let's say, a site on square 9, then he has like 2, you know what I mean? Like that's another pocket of 4 where he can play another aura.
Okay, but now that's Nico's site on 13, right? So on the other side, on the converse, is that the word? I don't know. The person playing against Enchantress should be conscious of the fact that's what they want to do, and should try to build their own site base to not give them an easy pocket of 4 sites.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, right, you want to try to keep them on the void as much as possible.
Oh, playing in abundance, okay.
Oh, okay. So now, what's funny is that JS can play another site and play 2 spells and animate both his abundance and the Mariner's Curse, because the Enchantress can animate the opponent's aura and then just attack and kill it. And he wouldn't even have to move, which wouldn't, because they're both occupying the same sites. So it wouldn't even trigger the Mariner's Curse. That's great.
That's a dirty little trick. Yeah, so next turn you have to play a site on 20.
Yeah.
And then he would gain 4 extra mana.
Well, he would gain the mana at the start of the turn.
Oh, at the start, okay, so at least 3.
Yeah. 6. He has 7 mana at the start of his turn right now. So he plays one more site, he'll have 8 mana.
So 8.
Or unless he plays a tower, then he'll have 9, but whatever. His red spells. Wow. Yeah. So the same thing, like his threshold requirements for his red cards, JS, are really extreme, right? 3 red, 2 red, 2 red, 2 red, 2 red. Right now he's only got the one red. I'm saying red. But fire, right?
Fire, yes. Yeah, the Morgana is a bit tough to the 3 fire threshold. I get it, you want the card draw, but I'm not sure if that's like if Morgana is like, you know what I mean? It's like for Enchantress, like especially when you're playing like air, you're playing water, you're playing, and to have a 3 threshold card, you're playing like 3 or more elements, like it's tough. I mean, he's got the ring, he's got the ruby core, he's got the 4 water, so I mean there's things he could do. Yeah, it's tough. I agree, the 3 threshold is going to be really greedy.
But I don't know if it's me making, like, playing incorrectly or whatever, still learning the Enchantress, but I found that there's quite a lot, like you get to a point where like drawing sites is not exactly what you want to do, but you run out of sites and you kind of need to play sites. So I don't know, it's rough if you need to find, if you're in that position where you don't really want to be drawing sites anymore, but you got to find 2 more fire threshold, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now Highland Princess is also available, right?
Yeah.
His air is on, so if he can, I think obviously if he draws Highland Princess, he's going to go find the Ruby Core. Now he could go get Ring or Philosopher's Stone. No, he already has the stone, but yeah, he can get Ring, I guess, but nah, I think he needs the Thresh, right?
Yeah, I think the threshold is probably more important for him at this point.
Interesting, right? Like if JS now does not activate the abundance to kill the Mariner's Curse, then the pirate ship can't come in, right? Because it'll trigger its own Mariner's Curse. What?
How is he?
Well,
Am I missing something?
no. Did he play Four Waters? Does he have the Four Waters? He hasn't drawn yet, so. Oh yeah, but how is he playing this?
I'm wondering how.
Are we missing something here?
I think he's missing the threshold, right?
Wow, it's like a gigantic.
Because he's got ruins.
Like, we literally just finished talking about this, right? Are we realizing?
Because it doesn't double the threshold, the abundance. It only doubles the mana.
Yeah, but even then, he's not even on the ruins, right? Are we realizing? No.
I don't think it's illegal.
Is this guy out of his mind? I'm gonna message him right now.
Yeah, I don't think that was a legal play.
No, I always said that was a highly illegal play. you know, like for the sake of excitement, I guess Jazz has more cards now, but also what?
Because like the Morgana will cost one less because of the stone. And that's fine, but you still need the threshold requirement. So, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because no, this is kind of nuts, right? Like with all that mana, now he's got hit. Nah, this is nuts.
Yeah, because I think even Nico's like a newer player in our group, so maybe he didn't realize that. Because I started to realize that like in our earlier videos, sometimes we realize, people will comment, oh, there's missing threshold for this card or that card. So especially when I see people play like 2 or 3 threshold cards, I try to make sure that they actually meet the requirements.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know if you noticed what just happened. Because he played a spell, like he animated the Mariner's Curse. Well, he animated the Mariner's Curse.
Yeah, okay.
And the wildfire did 3 damage to it. That was a Ring of Morgan proxy, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn. JS doing us dirty with that Morgana play and then giving us the proxy.
Giving us the proxy and not meeting the threshold.
The pen written proxy.
Judge.
Yeah. Good lord.
It happens. I mean,
yeah.
At least it's on the internet now. Everyone gets to see it.
But with Peace and Love, I do want to flame him a little bit because that is a blatant threshold. There's only one threshold you're missing. The card is really good because it has that 3 threshold requirement for a reason. Anywho.
That's pretty powerful. So that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 7. It's a 7/7, yeah, or it's a 7 power, I should say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Well, would you say that JS has an obligation to win now?
Well, if he doesn't win, that's.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, right? Think of it this way. Imagine if he was playing with the proper threshold and this card came down on this turn. Is this a game-ending, back-breaking turn, or is it just a really strong turn?
It's a strong turn.
And the game continues, and you just have a Morgana in play.
No, I mean it's like when someone plays a Grandmaster Wizard. Yes, okay, it's you feel bad that they're drawing that many cards, but it's not usually it's not determining the outcome of the game. I mean, unless you're really far behind, you're on that store, then they play Grandmaster Wizard. But I mean, this early in the game, 20 life. No, I wouldn't say it's gonna determine the winners.
It's just a strong play.
It's a really strong play, of course.
In a line of everyone making strong plays or trying to make strong plays, I guess. Yeah, so see, like now with the Mariner's Curse dead, the ship can come in. Of course, you have the 1/1 blocker, but
Yeah. Because the abundance, what, cost 5?
yeah,
And the ship is
It's a 5.
5 as well, so.
Yeah. But I don't know if you want to be attacking that pirate ship with the abundance. But I mean, like you have to deal with that 7 power. What is it? Undine? Yeah, you have to deal with that too, right? Which is nuts. Now, is he playing Drown or any removals? Disintegrate, Poison Nova. Oh, Poison Nova could be interesting, and Morgana can cast it, right?
Yeah.
Now again, see, like that's where it becomes problematic. It's not so much.
Speaking of which, it almost seems like as if you
oh wow,
watched this video before.
Yeah, wow. Let it be known. But see, like, okay, but now Morgana didn't cast it because there's no need for her to. But it just means that they can't animate the abundance, right? If JS animates the abundance, then it would die as well. Because you animate before the Poison Nova results.
Yeah.
But he could animate the Wildfire, and then the Wildfire can attack the Seer for 3 and deal 3 more damage at the end of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it has to move every turn as well. So at the end of each turn.
Yeah. Oh, okay, but it has to go to a site it hasn't visited before. So he can't. If he does that and it does the 6 damage, it'll die at the end of the turn, or get dispelled.
So I mean,
okay, well,
he moved it up to 8. So now he has no choice but to move it to the square 3, and then that, if Nico doesn't play a site on square 4 or 2, then it dies.
Yeah. No, I guess you could keep it alive by going to the right, but like it's not doing anything. You might as well just get your 6 damage, no? Because that next turn you're attacking for 10 with the abundance side.
Yeah.
Oh, he did not animate it and attack for 3.
Well, I think what he's planning to do is maybe attack with it next turn. But he should have just attacked this turn with a Wildfire, I think. Animated attack.
Yeah. But he did not. Oh well, 3 damage missed, right? And Morgana moves. I guess to get into 9 where it's a free attack instead of 10 with the troll there as a defender. Yeah, the 2 abundance threatening 10 damage next turn is pretty nuts, right? I mean, honestly, you're putting him if no, you're not. Yeah, actually, honestly, if wait, hold on, 10, 13. Yeah, so if the Wildfire was animated and dealt its 3 damage with the firebolts that Morgana has in her hands, JS could be putting Nico to death's door next turn. Right, 10 damage plus 3 from Morgana is 13, plus 3 from firebolts is 16, but not anymore because of the 17 health.
So you went to get the Ring of Morgan with the Highland Princess, but you didn't cast it yet.
Yeah, because I guess he wanted to Poison Nova. It's funny because now he has the annual fair, you know, to create the threshold for Morgana.
Yeah.
Do flooded sites lose? Flooded sites don't lose abilities, right? They just lose their thresh.
Yeah.
No, not even. They don't lose their thresh, right? They just gain the water. Or no. Flooded sites lose their threshold.
Yeah.
I'm still doubting myself. I feel like I should know this. Because Atlantean Fate, for example.
Oh, if where's the floods? Is it there?
Which one?
Flood.
Oh.
Affected sites are flooded. They're water sites, yeah.
No, yeah, it still provides any other elemental affinity it did before.
Okay.
The only thing is, like, I guess Atlantean Fate says something, and only like it's flooded, and they only provide water. They lose all other abilities. So that card is just nuts. If I haven't already spoken enough about Atlantean Fate, let me tell you that card is out of this world. Coin Nixie. Not blocking. Oh yeah, because of the stealth, right? Can't block.
Yeah.
Yeah, animate the abundance. Wait, what did I miss from why didn't he take 3 damage from the Morgana? Was it just a move?
Possibly.
Oh, I guess he moved just a firebolt. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But not a... Oh, because if he attacked, the Nixie could block. But then you get to keep the firebolts. So... Wait, is Nixie a 3 power, though? Ooh.
Yeah. Let's look here.
No, it's a 2 power, so I don't know. Go for the attack if they block.
Then you going to keep the stealth?
No, because if you cast the firebolts, it loses the stealth.
Oh. So yeah, that's kind of...
I was going up on another rant. I missed what happened.
Oh, you cast a ring?
Okay, so he animated... He played 3 spells this turn?
Oh, the abundances?
No, but like what's
the ring, the firebolts?
Yeah, what else did he play? Like how did he animate?
Well, he only has 2. He only needs to animate 2.
But then he attacked. It looks like he attacked the flood, which means the flood had to have been animated also. No?
Or maybe he just attacked the flood? No, you mean he attacked with the first abundance? And he casted another spell. And then he attacked... Oh yeah, he would have to animate the... Yeah, that's true, right? What was...
I don't think
I'll go back to review.
No, I mean, like, we can just see, like, the graveyard. The card underneath Firebolt is Wildfire. Yeah, nice little Riptide there.
Oh, I think the amulets, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, there.
Problem solved. Problem solved.
Yeah, because look at the board, it's like, oh yeah, it's true. The amulet, and then the ring, and then the fireball. So there's your 3.
That's true. The only thing we're doing illegal in this game is casting Morganas.
Yeah. It's okay.
But that's actually kind of relevant, right? Like, that's where it becomes an issue. It's not so much an issue that you played it and drew 3 cards. The issue is that that thing was able to move around and cast spells, you know?
Yeah.
And interact with the board. So, like,
granted, now you would have been able to cast an annual fair.
True.
But, so, he was what, maybe like 3 turns early? Which is like significant.
It might have even actually just been the next turn.
2 at least.
Because, okay, so he didn't draw a sight the turn following. Because when he cast the Morgana, he was missing, square 20. But then after he attacked the tree, maybe 2 turns maybe then? Yeah.
So he's...
Yeah, the abundance being able to stay there and attack the floodplain. It's pretty good. See, that's what I mean, like, right? Like, playing the site at grid 13 was very risky versus Enchantress, right? Like, not only are you helping close the 4 grids, but you're also, staying so close to home that cards like Abundance can give value to most of your sites and just attack freely. Cool. Here you attack the Abundance or you attack the site? Well, I think you attack the Abundance, right?
Yeah, I would probably attack the Abundance, get him off his mana.
Oh, he attacked the site. Interesting. So now Jace has to move. And even then, he's just going to get cornered, right? The Kraken is pretty interesting. I've never seen this card in play, and I own one, and I've never played with it, but I like seeing it right now.
Yeah.
It looks pretty interesting to me. If the Enchantress moves over to the... is that Undertow he's pointing at? So actually interesting. If JS moves to the annual fair, the undertow can't affect it, right? 'Cause he'll be out of the body of water. Oh, now he gets all that mana, right? So the undertow pulled in the abundance because it was a unit. It was animated.
Yeah.
So now JS is only affected by +1 site. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the core is 7. Plus the philosopher's stone.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful, the Kraken. 8 power.
Oh boy. Black Plague. No, Jazz has to discard a card, I think.
Wait.
Because even though he's attacking grid 9, he's still entering into those sites. So like he's a lone unit entering into the troll bridge. He has to discard a card. But even then, he doesn't have to discard a card. He can just let them fight, right? Because the troll deals only 3 damage. So never mind. All is bueno. But now Nico has even more mana.
Yeah, so it's like, it's some risky business.
And then, yeah, Black Plague just kills it. Oh, okay, nice. So, yeah, never mind, right? Black Plague just kills it. Yeah, I mean, that's the best I think he could do, right? Deal as much damage as possible and just get your Enchantress out of there. So that Black Plague is going to kill the Kraken most likely. Oh my god, that's amazing. No. I would 100, bro. Okay, hold on. The cards are interesting, but like you have 2 8 damage units on the board and one that strikes when it surfaces. I think you're playing that salmon where on grid 13. Because like you're taking this risk, right?
Yeah.
You play that salmon on grid 13, so the Black Plague kills that, and you move your Kraken to 14 so that when it surfaces on the following turn, it will deal 8 damage to the Enchantress. Because here you're going to either lose the Leviathan or you're going to lose the Kraken. You can protect it by putting the salmon there.
That's true. Maybe he values the draw 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, if it wasn't such a random, like, a factor, you know? Like here, in order to keep his Leviathan and Kraken alive, he's going to have to move out. So that the Black Plague has nothing to target, right? And then dies. Yeah, right. he can protect them both by just moving over to 12 and 17, and then the dispel will either, the dispel will kill the Black Plague will dispel itself. What would you do? Go in for the attack, and let one of them die, or move out?
I don't know. Maybe go for the attack. It's hard to say, because if Nico doesn't have any cards in hand, maybe I'd then move it out, but because if JS, let's say if he moves this Kraken over, and next turn JS plays a card, animates the Plague, moves it, so it could kind of continuously follow the...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe I'm just...
So, like, just go... No, it does. The whole point is that...
Yeah.
Is that's what you want to do. You want to force those cards to stay alive by making them move and bring things in. So yeah, okay. So Nico's just going for the attack, which is fair, because next turn it's Death's Door. But it's Death's Door for both of them, right? Because, again, same thing. JS animates that Plague and just attacks. He'll put Nico to Death's Door. But then he's got to get over to that that avatar to end the game, right?
Yeah.
But Jace is playing 2 firebolts, of which he used 1. He's playing a lightning bolt and major explosion.
So he does have some...
With a lot of card draw, right?
Yeah. And thunderstorm, too. I'm wondering if... I'd like to see... Go fish. Roll 18, draw 3 cards. Yeah, so this is the point of the game where you're just like observing what are your options.
So wait a minute.
It's a pretty close game.
Wait, hold on. Is it still Nico's turn?
I believe so. I think he tapped to draw a sight.
How could he do that if he tapped to activate the salmon?
Or maybe he did that. I don't know. I didn't see any dice roll. Did you see it?
I didn't see him. Yeah. When he played it, he rolled the dice. But the thing is that the avatar wasn't tapped after he rolled the dice, so maybe he didn't realize that he has to tap. Because it says right there, right?
Tap. Yeah, tap to go fish.
Reading the card explains the card.
No. My goodness. Although the wording on some of the cards is a little can be like, I wouldn't say confusing, but it's not very straightforward sometimes. So
what did the Black Plague kill? Did they just forget to kill something?
What's at the end of his turn? No,
it's at the end of each turn.
Each turn? At the end of your turn.
turn.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, no.
I guess each turn would be totally friggin' busted, right?
Yeah, that was, come on.
But if it's at the end of each turn, it has a greater chance of dispelling itself. Or like how I was explaining, if they would have moved to the left, it would dispel itself, because I was thinking that it would destroy at the end of each turn.
Yeah.
So,
those cards like Angel's Eggs or stuff like that. Yeah, those cards are...
Yeah, each turn.
That's busted. Gain a life each turn.
How do you feel about Amulet of Ninyan?
I'm kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah. It's
like it's
like for me it's like a card I want to put in Witch, or anything that I just want to like win on turn 3000. I would have put this in just to protect.
Like unless it's like a deck that you're trying to really establish a board state and you're worried about magic spells. But it's not a card I've looked at it. I've owned it as like I never really found a place or a deck to shove it in.
Yeah. Well, I would say try Witch. If you want to build with the card and you don't know what to do with it, I would say try Witch.
Yeah, okay, Witch makes sense because that's like a deck that you really want to, protect yourself and live as long as possible to curse them. So you can
drop them every turn. Okay.
Looks like it's a snowball in his hand.
Yeah, he does have a snowball. That is correct. Which I wanted to mention during the deck tech, actually. The snowball and the Fomorians kind of surprised me in the deck. It just seems maybe like those were just his option or his choice for the big things to do with the mana from abundance, like that kind of thought process. But we'll see if snowball. Because, I'm playing Snowball inspired from Annie's token deck there. Like, makes sense, right? Like, you make a bunch of foot soldiers, put them all in line, and...
swing.
Shoot a ball through them. He only has one of those... no, he's got 3 Undines. Oh. Does he have one in his hand? Also, what is the ghost ship that he has bringing him back? What are the spirits? He's got Mother Nature. Oh, the Undine is a spirit.
The Undine, yeah. So, what's he gonna do here? Yeah, so JS right now is on that store.
Oh, because the Kraken came up.
Yeah.
See, same thing. I think those. I mean, well, yeah, I guess whatever. It's one or the other, right? Either the Fomorian or the Kraken is going to get eaten by the plague. Oh, he went fishing? I missed the dice roll again. Oh, it's right there, 19. He
Oh, yeah.
On
yeah.
grade 12. Yeah.
Not looking good for JS.
But how come JS wasn't able to put Nico to death's door last turn? He just didn't play anything?
I don't think so. Oh.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty crazy. Man, but that's just honestly, that's just the power of the Island Leviathan also, right?
Yeah, it's 8 power.
It's just like it comes out of nowhere and it just attacks for 8. And especially, you know, obviously you're playing mono water here, but with grapple shot.
Yeah, Carl did that to me once.
Yeah.
He's like, grapple shot, attack, and you're like 16 damage in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Feels pretty bad, I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
It feels not so great. I think you probably put this card in his deck, the Fomorians are just me as a body, as a beefy creature.
Yeah, it's a big boy. I mean, like you could put the Green Knight perhaps also.
Yeah.
No, that's a 3/7, but its ability is interesting. Oh, Poison Nova. Again. Yeah. It's a good way to stay alive. See, like that's what I'm saying. Like now you just animate the abundance and attack for 5, right? Death Door.
Yeah, because if you animates the abundance, you can put them on that store.
Oh, but again, well, I guess the abundance will then die at the end of the turn because of Black Plague.
Oh, that's right.
But at this point, animate the Black Plague, attack for 4 to put the Death's Door, and then abundance next turn can.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess as long as Nico doesn't play any hits on site.
Yeah, he has to play his sight on 4.
The Enchantress was blinked. I don't know in case you didn't see that.
I saw.
Okay, but like I think we can estimate that there's never going to be a site played on grid 4 unless the abundance leaves. So shouldn't JS animate the abundance and just lose it? Like who cares? Like it's never going to move anyways, unless he's planning on finding a way to bring in the Seer. But I don't think he's got anything for that.
I would probably leave the abundance, animate the Black Plague, attack the site. It dies at the end of the turn. Keep the abundance as a creature to block for when Nico, let's say, plays a minion. So he has like a body.
Yeah, I guess the Black Plague's going to die anyways, right?
Yeah, so that's what I would do.
Yeah. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. Now we got spellcasters and burn.
Yeah, as Nico not be scared because now if he just, let's say, moves his apprentice wizard to 18 and has like a magic spell to deal damage.
Okay, but what does Maelstrom say? No, it has to be in the body of water, so. So I just started it. Okay. An undertow one more time.
Oh,
it's a Genesis. Does that work?
but then he would take damage too, no? So a draw.
Yeah.
I guess it's a draw? Because they kill each other.
They would both die. First of all, I'm not even sure if the snowball would pick up this here. Because projectiles ignore allies at the starting location, and he's an ally, and he's casting it, so he's shooting it, right? So I'm pretty sure it's not picking itself up. All other units. Should a piercing projectile, it picks up all other units. Oh, but hold on, yeah, right? Like, hold on. The snowball would go into the final site and pick up the Enchantress,
and
and then deal 1 damage to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It deals damage up to the last site it lands on.
And it should pick up what's in that last site.
So it's just...
Or does it stop at the last site, or does it stop after the, like, does it stop at the edge of the last site, or does it stop at the last site? Like, does it pick up the minions at the last site? So many questions, so much to learn. Does the snowball's path include both the starting and ending locations? Yes, the projectile's path determines which locations. But I'm pretty sure projectiles still ignore allies at the starting location, don't they? Or can you choose that that's not the case? The complexities. They never end, but it's good though.
Yeah, it's always learning.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting. If that's all legal, then that's pretty good. Right? Riptide being a good card. Also, when the Enchantress moved into the Troll Bridge from the Riptide, it's going to take 3 damage unless JS discards a card, right? Which is also interesting. That's a good way of ending the game also. So multiple angles there to... but damn, even with the powerful Morgana...
yeah, it was a really close game though. I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, Leviathan was too strong though.
The 8 power is pretty tough to deal with, I admit.
Okay, well, I mean, poor Enchantress, obviously, after 2 matches, not the best endings for them, but still an interesting avatar. Yeah. It's one of the most interesting avatars, in my opinion.
All right.
I'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.